So this morning I got to the gym and there was nobody there. It was empty. You know, like it's the first time that I've seen the gym empty like that, and it kind of makes you feel, made me feel a little bit paranoid. I walked in and I thought, oh, did something happen and I was supposed to be aware of, and everybody else is aware, that's why they're not here. But you know, there was no sign, there was nothing out of the ordinary, so I just started working out, and pretty soon other people rocked up. But I usually find that the workout, it's just me and I'm the only girl usually, and so every morning it's me and the boys. And I feel like years ago that maybe would have unsettled me, that would make me feel just a little uncomfortable or unsafe, but it doesn't anymore. First of all, I know a few guys already. We had little chats, I know their names, and they're just all just such lovely guys. But second of all, I really feel like people will rise or lower to your expectations. And whenever I expect people, when I typically expect people to be just the most wonderful, amazing, fantastic, amazing, beautiful human beings, and that's what I am encountering. It was a bit similar back in the day when I was still seeing clients for in-person sessions in my house, and some people would actually tell me that it's unsafe and that I shouldn't be having strangers come to my house for sex therapy sessions. But I just, you know, I never installed an alarm, I never and I never had any trouble. I just always had the most wonderful, genuine, amazing, beautiful people for sessions with me. So I think that's a really kind of nice attitude to have, you know, like be safe. First of all, like take care of your safety, absolutely. But I felt safe, and I really enjoyed just back then and also now whenever I go, and when I go somewhere and maybe I'm the only girl or I don't know anybody, I just expect that people will be wonderful and that I will have the most wonderful, amazing time. And that's what happens. So today is filming day. I am vlogging today and I've just filmed my video for my main channel. I am quite excited about this one, so look out for it. I was also planning to maybe film a few shorts today, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It is 5 o'clock now and I still have a few things to do, so I just don't think that's gonna happen today. That's fine, I can do it tomorrow. I have been actually experimenting with shorts lately. I published a few shorts on my main channel, and I also want to film a few shorts for the vlogging channel as well, and just see, do you guys like this format? Is it helpful? Is it useful? And I'm definitely having a lot of fun with it. So I hope that will be just another way for me to convey value and to share my thoughts, the valuable ones and the not so valuable ones, whatever comes out of my brain. But I want to take this opportunity to talk about something that I find really, really important. And it actually became quite apparent to me the other day when I was vlogging. I took my camera to the shopping center. I was picking up my camera lens and I had other few bits and pieces to take care of. And so I was vlogging in the car, I was vlogging in the shopping center, I was vlogging as I was shopping. And by the way, it is actually a little awkward To be filming as you're walking about, it's a different story to be filming at home. Full privacy, nobody bothers me. It's fine, it's easy. But filming when you're out and about in public, that can be a little nerve-wracking, especially when people are watching you and you're trying to like hide your camera or your phone, whichever I happen to be filming with. So that's a little insider tip from a fresh new vlogger. But when I was doing that, I really noticed myself being very unpresent, very sort of detached from everything that was happening, because I was trying to get some stuff done in the shopping center, and at the same time I was thinking in my head, what is my next scene? How should I be filming now? What do I need to capture before I get out of here so I've got everything I wanted and that it makes sense for the vlog. So I just found that as I was walking around and talking to people, I was constantly sort of distracted. And when I got home and when I thought about it a little more, I realized that actually I felt really, really shitty with myself about not being present with people that I was interacting with. It felt like I was just not really connecting with anybody because my thoughts were somewhere else. And I was obviously doing my best to be kind and to be lovely and to be nice with everybody, but there was that kind of level of detachment, lack of presence, lack of mindfulness and awareness as I was connecting to everybody. And I only spoke to a few persons, so it wasn't really a big deal because it was just those kind of little things about picking up the lens and then buying something, buying some other bits and pieces, etc. That was it. But still, I just felt so bad about not offering these people my full presence, my full attention. And that really bugged me. Like, it bugged me for the rest of the day. It was that serious for me. And it just made me realize that for the last 8 years or so, since I've first started learning about Tantra and sacred sexuality, presence and mindfulness is something that I've been really cultivating very, very strongly in my life. This became such a huge priority that whatever I do, wherever I am, whenever things are happening, I'm doing my best to be present, to be in the moment, right here, right now, not distracted. I don't want to be half-assing my way through life. I don't want to be half-assing my way through conversations and interactions with people. I want to be fully there with everybody. I want to experience everything in its fullness. I want to suck the juice out of each one and every experience that I'm having. And so this kind of distracted, I'm kind of here, but I'm kind of not really here way of being just doesn't suit me anymore. And because it's been such a focus for me for so many years now, I could really feel the difference of what it was like for me to not have that presence, to not be mindful around other people and with the whatever things I was busy with. So I really thought about it and I thought, well, I'm still loving vlogging. Like, I don't want to stop that. That's definitely not gonna go anywhere. But I don't want the vlogging to take me away from the experiences I'm having. So I need to find a way to vlog which will not take me away from my life, from my experiences, from whatever is happening in the moment. You know, to me, living mindfully is just such a sort of next level sort of living. There's just such incredible value in that. And until you actually start paying attention to your thoughts and how much you are actually present with what you're doing in the moment, when you start paying attention, only then you realize how distracted we are and how much the mind just wants to keep racing to 1,000 different thoughts. It's like there's this monkey mind happening for all of us and for me still as well to a certain extent. But because I've been practicing this awareness and this self-awareness for so many years now, I can notice that fairly quickly now, and I can bring myself back to the present moment. Because I don't want to be sleepwalking my way through life. I don't want life to pass me by while I'm getting distracted and thinking about something else and my mind being somewhere else. I don't want that. That just sucks. Like, big time. And if you're finding that you're struggling with mindfulness, because this is something that so many people tell me about, particularly in the context of sex. So many of my clients tell me that their mind just keeps racing during sex. and that they cannot stop thinking about other things. It's so hard for them to stay focused and present. But whether it's during sex or just in your life in general, you can cultivate that mindfulness. You can actually train your mind to be much more present. And that's a great thing. Mindfulness is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets, and the easier it is for you then to stay really, really present in the moment whenever you choose to. So then how do you cultivate it? How do you train that muscle? Aha! Here is where meditation comes in. I've been a meditator for so many years now, and I do my best to meditate every single day, at least 15 minutes, up to an hour, sometimes longer. But meditation is probably the best tool I know to train that mindfulness muscle. But the other thing to do is to basically make that intention that today, and just take it one day at a time, today I'm going to be mindful. Today I'm going to really stay present throughout the day. And then the next day do the same thing. And it's, your mind will wander. Like, you cannot stop that. It will happen. You will become distracted. You will find yourself thinking about something completely different, as opposed to being present to the experience that is happening in front of you. That will happen. But you will start noticing when that happens, and you start catching yourself sooner and sooner, so that instead of disappearing into the world of the monkey mind for half an hour, you will be able to spot it within a minute or two. And then it's much easier to bring yourself back. And that's really what mindfulness is about, continually bringing yourself back to the present moment. And that's what I do. And sometimes I will lose focus many, many times. But as soon as I notice that, and that happens sooner and sooner now, I bring myself back. It's really an art of constantly bringing yourself back to the present moment, back to right here, right now. And then you start to notice that life lived in this way becomes much richer, because you notice so much more, and you're able to offer so much more as well to yourself and to other people. Like, for example, when I'm speaking to somebody and I am fully really present with them, I can offer really great feedback, because I really know what's happening, because I'm really hearing them and I'm feeling what's happening for them. Or I can offer great encouragement. If there is no sort of feedback or insight to offer, I can still give them a lot as my kind of loving, caring, supportive energy. And if I wasn't really present, if I wasn't really listening with that 100% of mindfulness, I might possibly miss out on these important points that they are sharing with me. When I first started meditating all these years ago, man, it was hard. Like, seriously hard. For a beginning meditator, it can feel really, really difficult, because your mind just keeps escaping you and going on a little wander so often and so many times. But that really is how you meditate. It's not about just being for the entire duration of your meditation in this state of complete presence and blissful ecstasy. I wish that could happen, but it's extremely difficult. Every single time I meditate, I will lose my attention. I will lose focus at some point or at different points, but I just keep bringing myself back. And I actually heard somebody say that when you say, I think that was Joe Dispenza actually, when you feel like you're struggling with meditating, you're actually doing it right. Because you're not just completely losing yourself in thoughts, in the train of thoughts for the entire duration of the meditation. You're actually noticing what's happening, and you're bringing back your attention back to the moment, back to your experience right here, right now. But if you don't like meditating, that's absolutely fine as well. You can still practice mindfulness, but you can do it in sort of your daily life, so that you can decide that now I'm going to perform this task, do whatever I'm doing in a really mindful way. For example, I'm taking a walk and I'm going to turn it into a mindful walk, meaning I'm going to really be present with each step, with each movement of my body, with what I'm experiencing around me, with all the smells, with all the sounds, with all the sights that I'm seeing. I'm going to really be in my experience as I'm walking, or as I'm making a meal, or as I'm talking to someone, or performing any other kind of activity. You can practice mindfulness anytime, anywhere you want. And the more you practice it, the easier it will become. And the easier it will be to just keep catching yourself and bringing yourself back. And those periods of mindfulness where you're not being distracted, they will start to last longer and longer and longer. And I think that's what's been happening for me, because now at this stage, it really bugs me when I'm not present. That's why this experience of vlogging in the shopping center really made me feel bad, because that's not who I am. That's not how I live my life. It was so against my nature, this kind of distracted, kind of an unpresent, unfocused way of being, that it really made me notice, because I felt so shit and so bad about it later. But don't worry, my vlogs aren't going anywhere. I'm going to stay. My vlogging is going to stay. I just am going to be much more attentive and mindful about how I vlog, so that it's not taking me away from my peaceful, present, mindful way of being. I hope this is helpful. I hope you got value out of this content, out of this video. This is something really close to my heart. That's why I felt that I really wanted to share that and maybe inspire you to go on your own mindfulness journey if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.